right. Happy Wellness Wednesday, everyone. Mr. D here with this week's Wellness Wednesday update. It is July 19th, 2023. It's been good. It's been a good week. Well, I wouldn't say exactly it's 100% good on the mental health side. Been struggling a little bit with isolation, depression, a little bit of depression, but it comes and goes. Um, one thing or another, but we fought through it. We got moving, seemed to be doing pretty well, for the most part. Still taking my meds. I think it's been 7, 8 weeks. I've lost count, but we're still rocking, and that's good when you're still rocking and still going. After that long of a period of time, really good about it. Been really thinking and probably a little bit of what leads into this week. Tomorrow's July 20th. Chester Bennington, who was the lead singer in the band Linkin Park, which I highly treasure. He died by suicide on July 20th, 2017, which was 6 years ago tomorrow. He had some of his last moments, some of his last words were coming out. So, kind of got me as a pep talk, getting back out of the depression, but that he too fought depression a lot and isolation, and it wasn't good for him and his thoughts. He talked a lot about his thoughts, um, different things, his thoughts and how he had to fight the battle. I think that's part of what I had to do, the last few times. Hadn't been perfect, but it got me out of the battle, and sadly, he helped so many, including myself. I hate to say that, but he did, and we truly miss him. But it really opened my eyes up a bit. That you got to get moving, and his songs and his work is good, but him also somewhat at the end, coming out about his challenges, I think was in a way a cry for help, but nobody knew the signs, and he looked happy at the end. Some of his last recorded moments, he looked happy. But nonetheless, we're here, and that is that, and that was 6 years ago. But we're doing fairly well. Weight loss is pretty good. I had a weigh-in last week, and I didn't do a Wellness Wednesday video because I was kind of in the slump. And so I didn't do a Wellness Wednesday. I was like I think 335 last week. 335, I think, in a quarter or a half. Not 100% sure what that was. We didn't have a meeting this week because my church had Vacation Bible School, so they had to use the room. We'll be meeting next week and the week following. So I think are pretty clear, the no meeting weeks until Labor Day. So hoping to get back in those meetings and get moving there. They're really helpful in a way, just for the sense of being accountable to the scale. That helps, with being accountable, and minding what I eat. Been pretty good on that. Been eating some here, cooking a lot here most days. Sometimes I'll get food from the day program and take home, and that helps a little bit too, because it is a balanced meal, and that helps. And it helps the club. It helps the day program as well, financially, with me contributing my donation to them, and they have a nice spread, and they have to-go containers for that purpose, and I appreciate that very much. Um, but cooking and limiting the pop, not as much. Maybe going every couple days now, 2 or 3 days now before getting another set of pop. So that's definitely an improvement. It helps save some money, in the long run. Been very lucky with that, but yeah, I've been very cautious about cooking. Another thing is when you're eating the food. Another thing I'm realizing is if I have enough, there's points where I'm just not going to eat it. If I don't want to eat it, I'm not going to eat it. If I found it too grotesque or odd, or I wouldn't say grotesque in a way. If I'm done with it, if I've like had enough of it, then I just don't I get rid of it because it's just if it makes me not want to eat it, I just don't eat it because for the longest time I would want to I would force well I would force myself to get through it because I was this glutton and I was part of what we call the clean plate club and I wasn't a part of I don't I was as a child um not semi I mean yeah my parents were kind of that way and they're not that way now but as I became an adult but my grandparents more so God rest their soul were making sure that I at least took everything that I ate and they were food pushers God bless them and they made sure that I always had enough to eat. I think that was the love that they had for them for in caring for me to make sure that I was always made sure I had food and that there was always pop in the house and things like that when I went to visit them. So yeah, kind of I don't think the pop addiction really hit. I think I felt the void. I feel the void when I went to their house, but now that I'm on my own, it's definitely having to find that balance of where that pop battle lies within. Um, More so, I think I struggled with my parents living with my parents with the pop battle because they knew the facts about it, they knew the dangers of it, um, and they still do, and there's still dangers. But I think they knew that, and I know now that mentally it's not good for me. So I just don't have as much. Likewise, you know, we discovered last week on the news that um, many of many of the diet sodas have aspartame in it, and as such, it has a carcinogenic, which means it could cause cancer, and that is a struggle as well. Um, so yeah, I mean it's two and a half, one dozen or the other. You either have a little bit of pop or you don't, and it's a battle, but still fighting it. Not as bad, I don't think I focus on it as much. I focus on what I want to do and what I need to do. To be quite honest, and you just make it what you do. Um, but yeah, that's what you do. Um, anyway, yeah, so that way, I mean, that's just, but I mean, if I don't, but now I'm at the point like, if I don't want something, I mean, I just don't want it. But yeah, I mean, other than that, mentally, physically, I'm doing pretty well this week, so nothing too much to write home about. Um, Doing pretty well. Looking forward to getting back to the weight loss group on Monday after a week hiatus. Um, but yeah, pretty good. So I think that's about it today because I don't have a lot to say. So okay, we'll get off here, and I want you to have a good week. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. We'll talk to you next week. Oh yeah, my weight for this morning was 322. It's been hovering around 322, probably the last few days, 321, 322, 320. But we're getting there. So okay, we'll talk to you later. See you later. Bye for now. Take care.